From the station you count on for local news that matters, this is KARK 4 News.
Following some breaking news coming out of the Twin Cities in Minnesota, riots breaking out across Minneapolis following the killing of a black man who died in police custody. I want to give you a live look now. Aerial views show streets flooded with protesters and police cars. This is the second day in a row that riots have erupted in Minneapolis following the death of George Floyd, who died after being restrained by police. KARK 11, the local NBC affiliate, says a standoff between police and demonstrators happened near a police precinct. There are also several reports of stores, including Target, have been looted, as you see here. To give some context to this, let's take a look at the viral video showing the interaction with police. We want to warn you, some viewers might find the video disturbing, without a doubt. You can see the officer there kneeling on George Floyd's neck as he begs for help, saying several times, "I cannot breathe." After several minutes, Floyd stopped moving. Floyd was later pronounced dead at an area hospital. Today, the Minneapolis mayor denounced the officer's actions.
By the way, that particular technique that was used is not authorized by the MPD. It is not something that officers are trained on and should not be used, period.
4 police officers involved in the incident have been fired. Meanwhile, Floyd's family announcing today that they want all 4 officers involved charged with murder. A story we'll surely be keeping an eye on in the coming hours and days. Be sure to check KARK.com for the very latest, as well as tomorrow morning on KARK4 Today. Back here in Arkansas, the Little Rock Police Department still feeling ripple effects from the killing of a black man during a traffic stop in 2019. Charles Starks, a current Little Rock officer who a judge ruled was wrongly fired after fatally shooting a man, is now suing both LRPD Chief Keith Humphrey and Little Rock Mayor Frank Scott Jr. The lawsuit claims that Mayor Scott wanted Starks fired the same day and rushed the police investigation into the shooting. It also claims that Humphrey fired Starks after the county prosecutor deemed the shooting justified. In January, a judge ordered the city to reinstate him as an officer. Starks says the retaliation didn't stop.
Is the city going to have your back, or are they going to throw you under the damn bus if somebody tries to kill you and you have to use deadly force to protect yourself?
The lawsuit asks for damages and asks for both Humphrey and Scott to personally pay the bill, not taxpayers. We reached out to both the police chief and mayor. Both had no comment at this time. The Little Rock Fraternal Order of Police is requesting a vote of no confidence in the leadership of Chief Keith Humphrey. Last night, 180 members voted unanimously to send the vote to a full membership. The FOP cited concerns with Chief Humphrey, multiple lawsuits filed by current officers. FOP will continue voting next week. Action is ultimately up to city leaders. So according to the city board of directors, the mayor has the final hiring and firing power of the police chief. The United States has passed a horrific milestone in its battle against the coronavirus outbreak. According to Johns Hopkins University, the nation's death toll surpassed 100,000 people Wednesday night. The U.S. recorded its first death from COVID-19 February 6th. Since then, an average of almost 900 Americans lost their battle with the virus every day. The staggering death toll is higher than the U.S. military losses in the Vietnam and Korean wars combined. Taking a look now at things and how they're shaping up here in Arkansas, the state reported 97 new cases today. Right now, there are more than 1,700 active cases in Arkansas. And so far this month, the state has conducted 66,000 tests, well above the governor's goal of 60,000 throughout the month of May. As positive COVID-19 cases continue to trickle in, we're getting a look at the trends for the positive cases. Since day one, the state has broken down the cases by age group. Today, the governor announcing the growth in each age group. And you might be surprised by which group had the largest increases in cases.
That's a 46% increase in the cases among the 0 to 17 age group.
Governor Hutchinson says this 46% increase came in 1 week. Our Haley Brooks actually went out and spoke to some teens today to get their take on this. She is joining us now live outside the state capitol. Interesting to hear what they had to say, Haley.
Bob, some said that they're just sick of being inside, so they go to places like the skate park, which is where I spoke with them today. And while they do their best to social distance, they say it's easy to forget.
Well, with me, I really don't see a lot of people, wearing or protecting themselves when they're out in public.
Skateboards gliding across concrete and rails.
is a familiar sound for some at the Riverview Skate Park, who have been coming here daily since the beginning of COVID-19.
Teenagers, they're going to go out, and try and enjoy themselves. That's the main thing. I mean, that's what I'm doing. Skateboarder
Chaden Hall says while people at the skate park try to be safe, it's easy to forget when you're in the zone.
There are times where everybody's apart from each other, and then, there are times where we kind of forget it and, we're all bunched up.
Governor Asa Hutchinson talked about teens during his daily briefing.
That believes they're totally invincible from the virus.
Saying positive COVID cases in individuals 17 and younger increased by 46% in 1 week. This is the largest increase of any age group during the same time period. For comparison,
65 and over was a 15% increase, which tells me they're being very careful.
I do think older people are being safer.
Austin Massa isn't a teen, but does skate with them. After looking at the case increases, he thinks there's an easy explanation.
Early on, the word was that older people were more susceptible to this virus. And so the older people were taking it more seriously out the gate, whereas the younger people were like, oh, I don't have anything to worry about. I'm going to go socialize with my friends. And now we're here.
Both Massa and Hall say there could be more PPE at skate parks, but teens will be teens.
I just can't wait for it to be over. I'm just going to be honest with you.
Now, as you can see, no one was wearing a mask there, but I'm told that would be nearly impossible while you're skateboarding. They did, however, tell me that they use lots of hand sanitizer. Reporting live in Little Rock, I'm Haley Brooks. Bob, back to you.
All right, Haley, thanks very much. Well, the governor and Secretary of Health Nate Smith gave the northeast part of the state a nod for the work they've been doing to keep the cases in check there. The governor also looking forward and says that he understands people and businesses are hurting economically because of this, and he's been glad the state's been in a position to help out financially. Looking forward, he said, though, we need to seek and jump at the opportunity to help get the state and Arkansans back on track.
And I would remind people that you might have received unemployment assistance for some time, which we're glad for that opportunity. But as the opportunity comes to you to go back to work, go back to work. That is a responsibility as well. We need people working here in the state of Arkansas.
As far as school in the fall goes, K through 12 is on track to start on time, but how students will start is still in the planning process at the Department of Ed. And the governor says he's got about until August to come up with what November's vote will look like, at least from a voter's standpoint. More to come on that without a doubt. SpaceX and NASA scrubbed today's historic launch from Kennedy Space Center in Florida due to weather concerns there. The flight was called off with 16 minutes to go in the countdown because of the danger of lightning.
Unfortunately, we are not going to launch today. You are go for 5.100 launch scrub.
5.100, it was a good effort by the teams, and we understand, and we'll meet you there.
This would have been the first launch of astronauts from American soil since 2011. The next attempt will come Saturday at 2:22 p.m. Central Time. And if that launch is scrubbed as well, they're going to shoot for Sunday at 2 o'clock. Well, schools are out. Many students are looking forward to summer activities. Coming up, how one group is keeping the imaginations of youth alive by using a virtual theater. And along with our friends at Down South, we're all in this together. Brandon Anderson and 11-year-old Ava are learning how to be beekeepers. They certainly look the part. Don't get stung. We want to see some photographs of what you and your family are doing as you spend this time together. You can email your photos to pics@krk.com, or you can go ahead and post them at the KRK Facebook page.
And once again across Arkansas today, we did see scattered showers and a couple of thunderstorms, a couple of heavy downpours, some hail, not very big hail, but in some places a lot of little hail. Capital City started at 65, made it up to 82 this afternoon. 600ths of an inch at Little Rock National Airport for the rainfall for the day. We've got more rain on the way, but also some very needed sunshine in the forecast. Details are straight ahead.